bottoms up. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Doran, Besieged by Time. Kind of like the old Doran, this is a Toughness Matters deck, because you get to increase your power and toughness based on the difference between the two of them, also giving you a discount on your high toughness creatures. Doran plays very nicely with cards that just naturally have low costs and high toughness, and other costs that actually can kind of double up with it in order to give you a booty attack, like Felithar the Steadfast. This deck is a little different though from Felithar and similar because you don't have that many walls in the deck, since Doran doesn't let you attack with them. If you're ever wondering why is there no bossing say, the walls of bossing say, it's because of that. But instead, you can run cards like Ancient Adamantoise that get a 12 power boost and swing in for a ton of damage. There's even some cool cards in this deck, like Surik and Goreclaw to give trample to your newly huge attackers, Great Henge to take advantage of their increased power, and some power-specific board wipes to clear the way before you swing in. And Doran actually works based on the difference between power and toughness, which means that it actually functions with cards that have high power and low toughness, like Loyal Warhound or Calaxian, giving them a big boost and a lot more defense when they're attacking in. This deck, though, you know what you want to do. You want to play Felithar, you want to play lots of high toughness creatures, and you want to swing in with them. So let's take Doran into the queue and start booty rockin' everywhere. Momo, Friendly Flyer, is a really cool aggro card. It gets bigger and discounts your flyers. And I have very few flyers and things with reach in my deck because most walls, they don't fly. And most other high toughness creatures, they don't fly. They don't have reach at all. So this is going to be an aggro v aggro matchup. I will pay a little life, get out a bird, use the bird to get out the fanatic in this, and then hopefully we can ramp. Now, I added Ice-Tail Explorer because, yes, it's a higher toughness creature, but it's also one of the best ways for me to just continuously try to get more mana so I can play more of these nice wall creatures. All right, here we go. Bam. Birds of Paradise. And Fanatic of Ronus is enableable in this deck, since once you attack in, you get enough power. I also have a couple high power creatures like Calaxian in the deck. I'll be able to block Momo with my Birds of Paradise, don't you worry. Hey, Momo. The most Mo you've ever seen. I built a Momo deck. It was really fun. I'm trying to remember if I made mine standard Brawl or historic Brawl. Life Creed Duo. Yup, that's a flyer. Alright, by getting a land... Okay, I would like to... Doran. I'm just attacking with the Armored Armadillo. And then I'll play Ice-Tail Explorer. Now, we don't have any lands in the graveyard. I have yet to fetch. But this also attacks for, like, 4, which is awesome. This card's just busted in general. I think it should not do all 3 of these abilities. Pick 2! Pick 2! Why do you do all 3? Why are you a 2-4? Leaving poor Oracle Moldiah in the dust. Jackdaw Savior. If a flyer dies, they will get other creatures from their graveyard back in play. Ow, down to 18. Oh, that's about to be the least of your worries. Wow, I have so many different land-related abilities. I'll leave you back. Oh my god. My one drop just hit for 12. Oh my god. Alright, Doorkeeper throw. Celestial armor, and they're like, yeah, no, that's not it. Marilyn Fae Ascendant. Plays lots of fairies and elves to steal my spells. I have ramp. I have booty enabling. And I've got Shadrix, who's just really, really fun with Doran. If I can get Shadrix with either the Tortoise or another booty enabler and Doran, it deals so much damage. I will keep this Terra Sunder on top. I have a bunch of lands here, and I just want to make sure that, like, I have some piece of removal for Marilyn, since she can be pretty scary. I have to decide which of these critters I want to play first. I'm not going to have multiple colors right away, but this does enable, like, potentially play the Doran this turn and then tap it for lots the turn after. Yeah, I just have to hope that, like, the cards they steal from me are all the kind of useless cards, of which there are many in my deck. There's a lot of, like, French vanilla cards that are just high toughness, because that's what we need. That's what makes the deck go. All right, here's Doran. Am I playing with Jarl and Miltani in the deck? I actually took it out while I was, like, filming this, because unfortunately it's just too expensive and too killable. I wanted it to work, but Doran's already so fragile, and it's already, like, it's gonna kill people. If you want to put in something very funny, though, Yargle and Miltani works, and so does Jumbo Cactar. Jumbo Cactar, very, very funny in this deck. I got 7 mana to work with. I'm gonna go Bedrock, Tortoise, Shadrix. And I will give you +1/+1 counters, and me card draw. Because I don't think +1/+1 counters will make much of a difference when you're blocking this. Kapow! A 10/10! Hey, we're getting raided by Lola Man. Welcome, Lola Man. Welcome to my big booty tree folk, turtles, and dragons. Oh my. You might see some of the cards in my hand in the video, but that's just like, well, I tried it, but Brawl is so cutthroat that it's really tough to pull that stuff off. All right, let's see if they find in the top 2 cards of my deck a spell that costs 3 or less. They did, Arcane Signet, so they can cast it. Yeah, 3 or less because they have 3 elves. Oh, they also stole Adamantoise. Those my Adamantoise. Out of here, Marilyn. Yeah, they can tutor for something cool here. Let's see if they can protect her. I think Shadrix should just be, like, lethal on its own. Make their creatures grow! Thank you, Hexproof. You make me feel very, very secure. Oh, right. I need to kill a blocker. It's not quite lethal. That's on me. I miscounted. They dropped Tyvar to grab. Is another elf? Elemental? Elfamental? Oofa-loofa? Scoopa-doofa? Faceless Agent. It is an elf and a fairy. see if they just board wipe me. That's on me, though. I should have played and killed the thing, and I didn't. Faceless agent. Gets them a land, gets them another elf, or... Yeah, probably elf. I would say that Maryland is usually just best built with more elves, and the fact that they were running an elf lord tells me, yeah, they're mostly elves. Do I plan on making an Erdu Brawl deck? I feel like you've asked me that a few times, or somebody has. The answer is eventually, but it's not high priority for me, in part because it's just going to be me building around the persist on the backside, because that's such a easy, powerful way for me to combo. The front side, it's good. The back side is busted. All right, there we go. And this time, we'll just swing in. It wasn't you? Yeah, somebody kept mentioning Erdu. That's why I thought it might have been you. But the answer is yeah, it's it just you can build around it. It's expensive, and I don't think it'll work that well for Brawl though. Five mana doesn't do anything right away. Rough. Yeah, we're just recording some fun Doran things. Welcome, Lola Man. Let me see if I can properly use the little shout out command. Just Lola Man. Ah, it's working. Nice. Lola Man is a limited master. Somebody who's actually good at magic. All right, Melina. Hey, bye, Forest Guardian. Prime time for shrine time. Sadly, I cannot stop the shrines from coming out in this deck, but fortunately, I have Fellothar, who I just like a lot. A little bit of turn 1 ramp, a sassy little boy with lifelink, and of course, card advantage is actually good here too. I like some card advantage. Hey, bye! I think you've probably seen 10,000 times before. Enters, gets a shrine. I still think you should have to pay the mana of the shrine. But they don't let me help design magic cards. Actually, I feel like Hey Bye shouldn't be shrines related at all. I feel like it should always be like an Abzan thing. Here's a gilded goose for ramp. You like my sulky little boy? He's so cute. Just look at how sad he is. I don't want to drink angel's blood and turn into a vampire. Grandpa, why are you doing this? The goose? Yeah, the goose is loose. Vampires are made from angel blood? I think that was right. I think that's how the Innistrad angels were created. Was drinking angel blood. And that secret was found out by Edgar Markov. His name's Spirit. Yeah. Oh, well, an O2 isn't as good at attacking. Kind of surprised they didn't just go for Hey Bye. He's not that scary, but I guess he could kill Hey Bye, but then you just play Hey Bye again. It was Shilgengar and Edgar with the... Okay. Shilgengar was the demon that was involved in it. Oh, but its booty is so fine. I need it. Elithar! Yeah! That's why Shilgengar has the Throne of Angel Corpses. Oh, with all the wings? If you've never seen Shilgengar's art, it looks so, metal cover. Let me actually see if I can bring it up. Scryfall, Shilgengar. Yeah, you get, lots of blood if you, sacrifice angels. Oh, I meant to leave white open. Whatever, I'll do Soulless Jailer instead of Nyx's Fleece. Swing in with all of these. They all get big buffins. Add. Image. Image. Shilgengar. Go. Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool. So they got the shrine that's gonna make them some chump blockers, which is fine. I'll just use Felithar and draw some cards, and yeah, we could slaughter this ram. Hopefully we don't just get board wiped here. We might. Yet I haven't done anything. Don't worry. I was busy showing Shilgengar. It's worth looking at. It's cool looking. They have food, so they could play Hey Bye again. Okay, they got the sprawl in the middle. Yeah, we could get that ramp. They didn't play nothing. Why didn't you play anything? I have 2 enablers. What'd you tap that for, blue? What's that for? Ah, Rift on Doran. Which means I have no damage coming in. I'm still attacking, though. Soulless Jailer. Spite. Get him. Here comes Hey Bye. That guarantees them at least 1 more blocker. Honden of Infinite Rage will be able to kill, I guess, Soren. Oh, Doran! Go Turtle Duck. Yay, Ducky! Not all of these are actually, like, able to get good damage through. Soren would die anyway from Honden, so it's fine with me. Just getting any damage I can through, and they go to 5. Ow. Good game. Is there a lack of things that they can do? I guess you know what? I'm gonna block just with Ducky. Wait. No, I'm not blocking at all. I don't want you playing this bear again. Get more blockers. Hexproof. Yeah, hex him. Damage, 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 damage. Lots and lots and lots and lots of damage. Nice. Thank you, Bedrock Tortoise. Thank you, Doran, for helping make my creatures do things. Tyvar, Kel. It is more Elf Ball. And it's not just elves. It's going to be playing Golgari elves and some of the elves from the new set. With Tyvar, you're able to tap your elves for black mana. And he can also untap the elves. If you're wondering why Tyvar is buffed, I have no idea why they gave him a buff. He's not in Standard. He doesn't see play anywhere other than Brawl. And the buff is to make the plus bigger. It's 2 +1/+1 counters, I think, instead of 1. Now, why haven't they changed it back? No idea. It's probably because this is just an unmanaged game in an unmanaged format. But yeah, hi, Tyvar. You gonna play with Morkant and all the other fun new elves? Morkant's great with this since you can use her to proliferate, not just Tyvar, but the counters. Behold! A hobbit! She has a higher toughness and power, making her extra good with Doran. Paradise Druid, cool. trying to figure out which lands I have to play for what I need to do here. Assault Formation, which lets that booty attack. And then Armored Armadillo. So Assault Formation or any of the other Toughness is Power essentially doubles Doran's ability, which is awesome. You will attack for 8 damage. Do they untap or they want to make just an elf token? Nope, they're untapping her. But will she block? Go, my chunkadillo! They're like, what? Don't worry about it. I love chunkadillo. Look, this one's not even a vanilla 1 mana 0/4. It has Ward 1. And I guess it also has this damage tripling ability? Yeah, there's something funny you can do with that, and I don't even know how you would order it. I could choose to kill these two. It would also kill me Hobbit. Yeah, you can tap this to make it indestructible. Be good for killing the Hobbit if I want to attack with it. Let me kill Tyvar. Yeah, I can increase toughness with this, technically. Yeah, I'm trying to keep this Tyvar away from the ult because the ult is very, very good for elves. So we will tap you for colorless. 1, 2, 3. Actually, do I want to save it for a turn? Yeah, I do. I can also use this to let the couple of walls in my deck attack. But being able to increase toughness is really fun for this. I'll start being able to direct damage at face, too. Dang it, they got a flyer. Or flying blocker. Reach. Make another elf. They will remember our names together. Hi, Tyvar. Ooh, another booty enabler. That's a big maybe from me. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna see how big I can get Felithar using this golden sidekick ability. Because it should give +5/+5. Ooh, Selfless Safe Right. This will make the other elves indestructible. Which is perfect for Toxic Deluge, which gets through indestructible. Alright. Giant Felithar. Perfect. Tap you. The biggest one is still 3 toughness. 1, 2, 3. And then just the Felithar that attacks for like 20. Oh, she's gonna be awesome. GG. VV going to tap for lots of mana. That's right, this is the VV that actually has to tap. Still deals the damage though. And I have everybody's favorite, a 1 mana 0/4. My favorite kind of card to play with Doran. It holds the line early if we were playing against creatures that actually attack, and then later can become 4 power, or even more since this one has heroic. which I don't really have that many ways to trigger that. I could target it with a kill spell. It would grow and then die. Perfect. I'll play Iganjo into this Laguna Band Trailblazer. Next turn, I can use Farseek. Nice Centaur. All right, Vivi, what you got? Turn 1. They gotta pick their land. Okay, just a storm-carved coast. I'll bring out Farseek, and I might just go for the Triome. Now I want to surveil. We'll grab. Yep, Lush Portico works just fine for me. And a Welcoming Vampire. Very nice. I am going to Spite Attack here because it will make me feel better about myself. Yeah, attack for 0, Laguna Band Trailblazer. Get him. A Confounding Conundrum. Bad for my fetch land. But that's alright. I'll play Doran, hoping to get to double spell next turn with the Tree of Perdition and Welcoming Vampire. I'm sending a message. The message is, check out how high my toughness is. I'm so tough. Oh, cool. Welcoming Vampire first, because I would like to draw cards. And these are all getting discounted by Doran. Wonderful! And I'll attack in for 9 damage. Cool. Tree of Perdition can't attack on its own, but we have multiple ways to enable the booty attacks of these various walls. I have even just like Felithar in the deck. Also, it can block for days. Like, Tree of Perdition, if they attack in, becomes a 13-26, and he's just like, yeah, what of it? Alright, Vivi, how many spells can you cast? So this version of Vivi, though it does not just generate the mana once a turn, can be used for mana on my turn. It can also be untapped and tapped multiple times in the same turn. So it's not necessarily that, like, strictly worse. It's just different. It's definitely worse for something like Standard, but in a format like this one, where, oh, I can't block, huh? Fine. In a format like this one, where we have Paradox Engine, Vivi can be very good with untapping multiple times a turn. Crash through. My tree wanted to block. They still have 3 mana to work with. Ooh, and they're using it! I can actually use this fetch land to return Besieged to my hand intentionally. There's the untap. Magic Damper. They untap Vivi. And they have 5 more mana to work with. Remember how I said he's not worse? He's just different? He's just different. Thrill of Possibility. That Slick Shot show-off is getting pretty scary, too. Right now, it would still trade with the Welcoming Vampire, because it would. The Welcoming Vampire only gets +1/+1, which, it's not bad. It's just not enough to save it from this. Oh, kind of surprised they didn't hit the Vampire. Do I feel like blocking? No. Because I also want to draw a card again. Wait, do I have lethal? Well, 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 would you look at that? Math strikes again. Get him! It's exact lethal. GG, Vivi. Rusco Clockmaker. I want to clean his clock. As in, I want to beat him up. I hate this man. He plays lots of counter spells. He plays lots of kill spells. And he blinks. Getting them, just the amount of mana is absurd. The amount of mana, the amount of card advantage, and the drain. Sometimes Rusko even gets cloned. Which, who would want to clone such a horrible beast? I could go for a Bloom Tender on this turn. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Bloom Tender and then just no attack. Trying to maximize my mana. So I can actually cast the spells in my hand. Okay, he's he's one of Magic's many war criminals. One blue. One Bloom Tender. I see you hovering over my critters. I wonder if they have, like, turn into something. Oh, nope, Briscoe. Okay. Nope, Mind Stone. A ramp into ramp? Ramp into orb. Okay. Guess what I'm doing? Milling. To the bottom. Okay. Mill of land, sure. I will go for Golden Sidekick. Tap this. Play Doran. Llanowar Loam Speaker. And if we get board wiped, like, that's just game for us. There's not that much I can do about it. I'm an aggro deck. Sort of. I'm a butts deck. Do you play Rusko? You have the mana for him. Here he comes. Oh, I'm still milling. I will only be milling. Lose the life. Excellent. Crack this open. White mana. Black mana. One of those. Tap it. This. Nice. I'm gonna put a +1/+1 counter on their creatures. And draw a card for me. Me. You. Yes. Get the buffins. Damnation isn't real and it can't hurt me? No, it can't. Have I considered adding Crystal Barricade? Crystal Barricade was in the deck and got removed. Doran does not let walls attack. Defenders don't get to attack in this deck. Though it is a good deck, and I ran it in Felithar, and I ran it in Bador. Ooh, okay. So Shadow's Verdict, it is a mini board wipe, or a baby wipe. It's the sort of thing that's, like, lets Rusko stay alive, but doesn't let these go away. Oh, I'm losing life. Paradox Engine, you nasty Look at the cards we're milling. Filthy. Disgusting. Should have lethal if these are allowed to go. Good. They got the go. GG. Yuffie, or Yuriko, going to ninjutsu in and then drain my life total based on the cards that she puts into hand. I have a little bit of ramp here. Oh, World Weave's kind of fun if I can spit out a bunch of small creatures. And if I can get my commander out bright and early, maybe I could even block Yuriko. But then they'll just, you know, ninjutsu her again for 2 mana. One of the hardest things about playing against this deck is not just the blue and black having such good cheap interaction, but also there's unblockable creatures, which means that even with the finest booties in all the land, you can't prevent their damage. And with them going first, they could go a turn 1 creature, turn 2 Yuriko, and I can't do anything about it. I will surveil. More land. Land good. I've had some trouble with getting lands in this deck, so I keep cutting fun cards and adding more lands, which is so unfortunate, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I get hit by Yuriko. And they reveal... Oh, wow, Shadow of Mortality on the first hit. Chat, I'm tired. Chat, I'm tired. Their 2 mana, unpreventable creature just domed me for 15 and drew a card. So fun. Yeah, I'm at 8 life. Oh, wow, the Coochie Silencer. Okay. I'm gonna block. One thing my deck can do is block. Kind of surprised they didn't save the Coochie Silencer to ninjutsu out with the Triton Shorestalker. I can play Bloom Tender, but it actually reduces the number of good blockers I have. It might be better to just leave these up and then have the Swords to Plowshares available for interaction. What you got? Who's getting ninjutsu'd in? Ah, the ingenious infiltrator. Not so ingenious now! Just play it again. Huh, X equals 1 ain't bad. See if I can get that going. X equals 1. Keeping her out is actually kind of better because it means that they can't sneak her in. And I'm still left with a blocker for her. Bloom Tender taps for 3. I want to make sure I'm tapping this first. Wait. 1, 2, 3. World Weave first, actually. Yeah, I could have gone Necrobloom. But I'm going to leave these 2 back. I don't know if they'll have any more things to ninjutsu out. And I'm going to just say they totally don't. If they wanted to play, like, more unblockables, great. I want to gain some life and buff up one of my creatures. Because I'm actually getting very close to Ancient Adamantoise mana. Yeah, they could have eroded Commander Ninjutsu. It's only on 1 card. Gotta gain some of that life back after they Shadow of Mortality'd me. Smoke Shroud. Alright, so they gave her flying, so they will get to hit me again. Hit me, baby. One more time. Let's see what they reveal. It could be something of a mana value 7 or more. No, it was a land. I guess this already taps for black, but I want to surveil. But if I can prevent damage to me by having the Ancient Adamantoise out, then, like, you can't actually get your ninjutsu trigger. Like, or your ninja trigger. Ooh, Voice of Victory. That also only costs 1 mana. It will stop them from countering this. Perfect. Tap you. Got a counterspell? Hope not. Lovely. Now they can't counter spells. And Doran does work both blocking and attacking. I just have the, do I want to risk them getting something here? There's such a big chance that they can kill this. It's hard to say. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to leave this back as a blocker. Swinging for 8 damage. But Ancient Adamantoise, oh, my friend, my beautiful friend, they would have to get rid of this, I believe, to deal damage to me. The damage that would be dealt to me is dealt to this. I'm still going to do this, though. Bing bong. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this will work. Yeah, so they don't deal face damage to me. Oh, that's a big Necrobloom. Yeah! And then I swing in for like 40 damage. Oh, I just needed to block. Forever. Hello, old Rutstein. My milling friend. This hand is too slow. I will mulligan. Keep this. It has a little ramp. And it has an armadillo. Which is better. I'm going to grab Selesnya mana off this. My Temple Garden. Not Lush Portico. There we go. Shocking. Perfect. Go, my 1 mana 0/4 against their old Rutstein. They're going to make some bugs. They're going to make some blood. They're going to make some treasure. I'm going to sit here with my 0/4. Ooh, an early Overlord and a Baelmerk. Cool. Just a great card. Druid. And then swing in for 4 with the Armadillo. Nice. And 2 of my creatures have protection, but not Doran. Eternal Witness, bringing back... Yeah, they probably have a lot of ways to bring back the milled cards. Maelstrom Pulse. Well, that can kill Doran, so I better make this next turn a good one. How about Menagerie Curator? Sorin. Crashing Drawbridge. I can pay the Extort since this can't attack anyway. And we swing. A 5-10 and a 4-8. Well, that was fast. Wall aggro! Yarrick, the Desecrated. Doubles up your enter the battlefield abilities. And in my hand, I've got Ramp, and a Runic Armasaur. Nice, I can deal with that. The Ramp isn't until turn 2, which is unfortunate. But, I mean, it's Ramp with butts. Never mind! Exploration on turn 1. Always had it. And I'll Surveil to try to get actually just another land. I have a very funny piece of card advantage. This Runic Armasaur. I'll take it. Runic Armasaur, you might think, oh, that's not going to draw you many cards. In a lot of matchups, this thing is drawing you multiple cards a turn because people cannot help but activate abilities. They are constantly activating abilities. Oh, somebody in chat said they had bought the Felithar Precon. Nice. Yeah, Doran is a great addition to Felithar. I think that Felithar is usually going to be a better commander because it has the card draw built in. But Doran doubles up with a lot of those by making it so you're dealing even more damage, which is huge. Can't double play here. I'm going to keep not playing creatures until next turn, because then Doran discounts them. Ooh, Crashing Drawbridge. Nice. Assuming I can actually resolve Doran. I might. Spelunking enters, gets them another land in play, and it comes in untapped. Okay, well, it's a forest, so it would have come in untapped anyway. Yeah, I just added Exploration in this deck, like, as we were starting the recording up. One of those things where I found that I need to have fast starts because of just the nature of Brawl. Crashing Drawbridge. And a Great Forest Druid. All on a discount. Thank you, Doran. Saving me some mana. So now I have a lot of power. This can't attack in. Unlike Felifar, Doran does not let you attack with things with Defender. But it does let me attack with this next turn. Alright. That was just removal. There's a lot of good removal on Enter the Battlefield, too. Doran. I do not have 2 mana. Unless I use that. But yeah, I guess that would be more. Oh, I can pay 2. Sure. I'll just attack with Doran this turn. Hit for 5. Is the Dino good against fetch lands? Yeah, people are always activating abilities. That's what I'm saying. Like, Runic Armasaur in Brawl used to never trigger. And then it started being like, oh, people are sacrificing lands and, like, using tech abilities of lands. That's nice. All right, so this being a 3/5 with Death Touch. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Means that the only things that'll get through it are Doran and the Runic Armasaur. Oh, no, I don't want the Sasuke soda. Nick! Thank you so much for bringing me the tea. Guys, it's got Sasuke on it. That means it must be good, right? Thank you. I'll have it later.
All right, I'll keep it in the fridge for you.
Thank you for that. How much mana do I have? 2, 4, 6, 7. Not enough to cast that again. They traded with Eric. I'll take it. Ooh, prime time. Primeval Titan. Little bigger than some of my boyos here. Oh, Solid Singularity. Thank you for the 6-month resub. And my partner's home for the snow day because it's rough out. 1 mana 0/4s with no relevant abilities. My favorite kinds of cards. They did it! They triggered a Karmasaur! Yeah! And Wan Shi Tong. That'll trigger off me activating fetch lands. Alright, they draw a card. It's that big bird. Yarrick. A Hobbit. They can attack with Primeval Titan. I will block it, though. Gigante. I need you bigger. And I need you attacking. Go, my giant ox! They're like, I have mana. My ox! My ox, my giant ox! We're using our auxiliary power. Alright, Primeval Titan is swinging in, getting them some more mana. They killed Blue the big, the big blue ox. But I'm safe to block here because of the weird, like, toughness increases. So I'm gonna triple block. Doran triggers for each of these. And you can add in trigger doublers like Roaming Throne in Doran. I just found that they were a little too slow with, like, yes, it doubles it, but also they cost 4 mana. And if you just put in something that's like, oh, you deal damage based on your toughness, that works just as well. Well, except for the random high-power creatures we threw in. Oh my god. Because they waited until post-combat to do the deluge, they had to pay so much life there. They have so much mana, though. Well, I have a lot of mana, too. See? Look at this. Bam, bam, pow. Doran. They probably have a lot more card advantage in their deck, though. Seeing as they are a Yarick deck, which has blue in its colors. And I am Doran that is playing 1 mana 0 force. Ooh, reanimation every turn. Uh-oh. They have good cards in the graveyard. They can also take my cards. My cards are good to take. Come at me, bro. I'm gonna live forever. They should take the aux. They should take the 0-4 aux. Pass the aux cable, my man. Yeah, in this game, it's just been like, oh yeah, lands and ramp. None of the other card draw engines. That's cool. That's fine. I don't need them. I would like them. I don't need them. I'd really like them. Oh. So that was a, they have all the mana in the world ornate in imitations. Among other cards they have, they got Emrakul, Kraken, Colossus, Ulamog, Zakama, Forerunners, Worm, Grenzo, Tragic Banshee, Vindicator, Rona, Dandulan Weaver, Vile, Boggart, Prime Time. Well, they already had the Prime Time. They got all of those. So something notable, by the way, about this does not generate random creatures. It generates randomized creatures with a heavy bias towards mythic rares and rares. Very heavy bias, which makes it very fun and interesting, but it also means that the power on it is absurd. All right, Yarick, swing on in. Come on, kill me. Yeah, I know, you stole from me, and it is very fun to play the stolen creatures. Please attack, thank you. It makes the card always so exciting, though. It doesn't pull from just the Momir pool. What if it did? GG, Yarick. That's a little extra damage. Yeah, just negative 87. That's fine, I can live through this. Hey, bye, Forest Guardian. I've got a little ramp. I do go first, and they will be bringing out shrines for the low, low price of free. This Hey Bye is blinkable and easily protected by just playing a couple different shrines. You can really just play the best ones, because who needs anything else? Noble Hierarch. They ramped before I could ramp. And next turn I can play Doran, who would then discount both of these. I wouldn't be able to play both, but I could do, like, Assault Formation this. Huh? Well, I guess they're going to make the choice for me by getting rid of my cards. Bye, Welcoming Vampire. This can also be card advantage. Typically in this deck, the mode you want to choose for Shadrix is giving your opponent +1/+1 counters on their cards, because your creatures should be bigger. Well, there's a Leyline Binding. Doran goes into the binding. I will free it. I don't have any removal for that in hand. I do have a few pieces that can get rid of it, just none here. Here comes Hey Bye, grabbing which shrine? Sanctum of Stonefangs. It sustains. I was gonna think those thoughts. Yeah, I was. Now I don't get to. Shadrix, I want a card. You can have counters. Me card, you counters. Yes. Especially what with how they want to blink their bear anyway. With Doran and Assault Formation, this is an 8/8 with Double Strike. Content of Infinite Rage. Get angry! They got 2 mana! They can kill a thing with that. Oh, swinging for 6? Great, do it. Silly land. Yeah, I don't think I'm going for Doran here. Me card draw. You... Did I get those right? Yeah. You counters. Swing for 14. I might have goofed myself up here since that's 2, that's 4. Oh yeah, they just have lethal. I should have left the Zealot back too, so I would have the Baleful Mastery open. Math. Not even once. Oh, well, I guess they don't want to win. That's cool too. There's another couple shrines that would kill me here. Wait, don't we have... Yeah! Very good. Oh, hello, Mr. Frog. They didn't kill me when they had lethal, which is pretty rude. Maybe they thought I had, like, sword supply shares. Nah. If I did already, you would have used it. Do they have enough cards for the frog to fly? Yeah, I think so. Is Wall of Bossing say in this deck? No, because you need a secondary enabler that's not the commander to make it work. But I am running Adamantoise instead. What are we up to? Walls out. Uh-huh. More! Felithar, Dawn of the Abzan. This is not the Felithar that enables booty attack. This is the Sacrifice Felithar. I'm missing a color in this hand, but I do have 2 pretty nice cards I can play off of it. A 0/6. Hey, listen, we take what we can get. And a 2/3 that can draw me some cards later. Once I get 1 green, I do have a nice, mana-producing Tree Folk here, which I can use to maybe play some more Tree Folk. Oh, and Slaughtered is strong. Well, unlike other Felithar, they're going to be really increasing their power. Oftentimes playing, like, small artifacts to do things on Enter the Battlefield and creatures that they can recycle for later. Oh, or something that produces... well, mana every turn. That seems good. I'll shock in for the Welcoming Vampire and sit there with my 0/6 Ox. Yeah, this is the Sacrifice Felithar. Big Booty Felithar would be a fun mirror match of just, like, a race to the butts. But this one is better at blocking than the other one, since it actually increases toughness. Roaring Earth. Rawr. Ooh, if they can get that thing up to 6 power, since this Felithar also works with Scales abilities, if they can get this thing up to 6 power, it gets lifelink. It also dies to Slaughter the Strong if they get it that big. Oh, they're fragging this and turning it into Arboreal Grazer! Yay! Oh, I don't get card draw. But I know what I do get. Booty. Rocking everywhere. I will attack in with the Giant Ox and leave this back as a double block. In case they do get this up to 6 power. I think it's possible. Dead a mess. It's already at 5. No, Doran! My tree. Wish Felithar were out so I could slaughter her. Is Machias. I'll take 5. I'm trying to decide if I'm willing to let them gain the life. Yeah. I need mana, though, so it's either World Weave or this. And I will Swords this Machias. So they can't use it for even more scaling. So now when this swings in, it will get lifelink. This also works with, by the way, any zombie token that's that big. It's not really relevant most of the time, but, like, if you do get a zombie token this big, Red Horde Invasion gives lifelink. Slaughter the Strong. Oh no, I'm strong. Come on, play Felithar. Stop not playing Felithar. I want to kill her. Look at how big this guy is. Arboreal Grazer, die for me. Well, I will choose both of my creatures. With Ozolith, they could very quickly rebuild a zombie, but it won't be able to attack. Nice, got him. I'll be able to play Doran next turn, but I think I'll probably go World Weave, Catapult Fodder. I added in World Weave and a bunch of other ramp into this deck, because I found that, like, because so many of the cards in the deck need the commander to really operate, I'm just gonna need more. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't do both of those. You double up. Yeah, this is gonna be a Doran turn. And Okaneka How is about to make this nasty. This is my first deck from Lorwyn. This is like my 6th deck from Lorwyn Eclipsed. Is the big crocodile from Aether Drift fun in this? It is. It's in the deck. It's a 7/2, so it gets +5/+5. Yeah, Okaneka How will make this into like a 16/16 if it swings in. Some of this. Some of that. And I think we're going to intervene heroically if they attack in. They're going to gain a ton of life, though. That Dread Horde Invasion rebuilt so fast with the Scales effect. Stop not playing Felithar! Grumble, grumble, grumble. Eat your Roaring Earth or something. Invasion of Govacan. Hey. It's about that. I would still attack in here. But it's not going to be worth it to everyone. Alright, sacrificing that. Huge! Absolutely massive! Can block and sacrifice now. Costs 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so I have to just play this face up. I was wondering if I could put it face down. Not that there's that many options for things like that. Gosh, I'm good at blocking. Oh, can I get how? Again. It's going to make everything massive here. Even though I have these huge toughness creatures, that's still tricky. Oh, no. Champion of Lambholt. Bad news, guys. My power doesn't increase until after I block. So my block with Essence of Antiquity and then yeet it at their face to win move, it's not gonna work. All I needed to do was declare it as a blocker and then throw it. But nope! It's not happening! So close. So far away. Van, Street Thief. This is going to benefit scouts and rogues and pirates? Yeah, that I think is right. This hand does not have enough mana in it. That's a little better. I have less, like, actual ramp until we get to loot, but I have a Crashing Drawbridge to give haste, which is fun. And hi, Van. Runic Armasaur. You don't care about artifacts, right? Yeah, creatures or lands. Runic Armasaur makes me happy. It's a good dinosaur. Marsh Flats. Okay, I'll take another land. I'm very happy they did not have a turn 1 Ragavan. Because Ragavan is what Van does, but Van does it worse. Crashing Drawbridge to block. Yeah, they need to deal damage to me. They get to steal the top card, but they don't get the treasure unless they don't cast it. Bristle Glutton? Oh, because you're scouts! I was like, I know Kellen's a scout. I did not know this is a scout. That's cool. I'll go for loot, even though they could be activating the Kellen. Pay lots of life. And surveil. Oh no, that's not a surveil land. Whatever. My fingers are too chilly. My clicking is not good. Slag Drill Scrapper. Another scout. Are you just building this straight up scouts? That's so cute. So, like, I've seen Van a couple times, but it was always, like, a mix of the different things that trigger him. But if you focus on scouts, especially with the new changelings, you can buff a lot of stuff, which makes some good sense. What am I feeling here? Armasaur or Doran? Doran lets me start, like, blocking better. But I'm blocking just fine, since these are actually not that high powered. This also turns anything that's equipped with it into anything. Very cool if you're trying to do a niche creature type. Oh, that one's a pirate. Alright, Van. You can get a trigger if you swing in with everything, but you will lose creatures. Alright. I will kind of sort by which I think is the most important to kill here. Based on their damage. Bing bong. bong, bong, bong. A scout, or pirate, or rogue has dealt combat damage to me. And the stolen card was Misty Rainforest. How much damage is this? If I go for haste. Enough that I'm doing it. $14 damage. You may be able to steal from me, but I can surveil to the top of my library and try to give you garbage. All right, garbage? Any oh, I already used the surveil. The lush portico's over there. Van only has 1 per hit, yes. So, like, even if you're hitting with 5 scouts, it doesn't matter. This is part of why I said this is, like, a very, very, like, powered-down version of Ragavan. Kind of sadly so. The only way to get multiple triggers in a turn is to have multiple combats or to have first strike damage. Goblin. Holla holla. If it were per creature, it would be a lot better. And he's also would be a lot better if he were a rogue. There's a lot of rogues he works well with, but him being a scout actually kind of nerfs him because it means that he's not part of outlaws. And I think that they could have made him a rogue. He's introduced, and like you see it in the scene, he's introduced stealing. Activate him. Wait, I don't have a discard. Is this a sacrifice a land? Yeah, I could use that. Sad Van. Poor Van. Too fair for this cruel commander world. Yay. Ooze. He's literally called Street Thief. I know, he's a rogue. Oh, he's aspiring to be one? Mm-hmm. He's aspiring pirate in the story? Yeah! You could have made him a pirate instead. But no. They didn't do that. Because Wizards of the Coast is cowards. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Thank you, Doran, for strutting your stuff, letting those backsides truly shine. This is a really fun deck if you like toughness attacks, but like most Toughness Matters decks, it is fragile. It relies a lot on the commander and the backups for it, like Felithar and Bedrock Tortoise, in order to function, which doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that you have to be a bit more careful than you would be with a lot of other decks. And that's part of why there's so much ramp in this deck, is because you know Doran will die and you'll want to play it again. So especially these high toughness ramp creatures are really nice with Doran. It is weak to board wipes, but so are most aggro creature decks. And it's a really fun deck to pilot, because you get to booty rock and catch people by surprise. My favorite card in this deck, though, still Bator. I love Big Booty Bator. He's the best he's ever been. And he is also a deck that you can upgrade with some of the more recent cards. So I will say, if you have a Bator deck and you don't want to try Doran, I will say upgrade this. It's a really, really fun commander, and it just got Walls of Bossing Say. It got Doran, and it got some new tree folk, like the, oh, where are you? Great Forest Druid help round it out. Yeah, lots of really fun cards for that commander. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander from Lorwyn Eclipsed, or just a deck to upgrade with Lorwyn Eclipsed, like Bator, please let me know in the comments. There's lots of new like ways to flesh out archetypes like fairies and elves, which I've done some of that, but not all of it. So I'm always open to suggestions on what you'd like to see next. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.